Unfiltered. Here I discuss news, politics, and whatever else I find interesting, along with my very colorful, unfiltered commentary. If you would like to follow me on social media, I am on X at Eric Not Sorry, and on Truth or Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. I hope you enjoy. Now let's get on with the show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you are doing well. As for myself, I'm a little irritated and pissed off, but per usual, I am caffeinated, medicated, and never regulated, so let's freaking go. As I said, I'm a little irritated this morning. Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. overnight. Last night, 2 innocent people were gunned down and murdered simply because they're Jewish. Yeah, that's it. That's why they were killed. They were Jewish. The guy on scene, the shooter, was arrested and is in custody. And it was obviously targeted because after the murders, he chanted, "Free, free Palestine." Yes. Some reports I have read are calling this an alleged targeted attack. ABC News, do fucking better. Do better. It was not an alleged free, free Palestine. And then this guy murders 2 Israeli staffers. Yeah, alleged. Fuck off, you morons. When you think you hate the mainstream media, you don't hate them enough. This man apparently also, reportedly, allegedly, also tried to make his way inside the event that was held at, I believe, a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C., but he was stopped by security and subsequently arrested. Well, this guy apparently is from Chicago. I'm not going to say his name because fuck him. The innocents that lost their lives were clearly targeted simply because of this man's hatred for Jews in Israel. Now, I am not going to get into the whole Israel, Gaza nonsense. I'm just not. If you've never heard me before, this is your first time, thank you for tuning in. But what is going on in the Middle East is nothing fucking new, people. That whole region they've been at war and at odds and offing each other in record numbers for thousands of years now in the name of fucking God and a religion. I'm not a religious person. If you are, great, good. That's awesome. Genuinely, I'm not being sarcastic. I have many friends that are religious, and good. Please go to church, go to temple, whatever you do, that's awesome. I'm just not. So, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm an American. What happens over there, well, I pretty much doesn't really affect me. Yes, when I see death, destruction, war, people dying, I want it all to stop. I don't give a damn which side is doing it. And I'm not going to get into, well, the Israeli government did that. Every government sucks. There are good things with certain governments and bad things throughout human history. Whether you want to point out the good and the bad that Israel has done, or the United States, or Russia, or hell, the fucking Roman Empire. There is good and there is bad that governments have done. Just like there is good and bad that people have done in the name of God or Allah or whatever. There are people that have done heinous acts and good things based upon whatever. So when it comes to the battles and the wars between Israel, what's going on now after what happened on October 7th, I don't have a dog in the fight. I want it all to fucking stop. But you cannot, it won't stop. Yes, the violence may stop or at least tamper down, but you're not going to change the mindset of these people. You're just not. I mean, you're going generations of hatred built upon, in my opinion, bullshit. But it's not going to change, folks. It's just not going to stop. I want the violence to stop. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care. I just want people to stop dying. I would like people to stop being raped and butchered because of who they fucking pray to. Just after this act, I read it on, I read it on the internet, but apparently, there are people in our own government here in the United States that are not coming out and condemning this senseless double homicide. I'm not going to name names. You can look it up yourself. But I shouldn't say nobody, but there are people that have not just jumped on social media and said, I condemn this violence outright. What? You haven't? Why haven't they? Okay, maybe they were asleep at 9 o'clock last night and weren't made aware of this yet. But I find that hard to fucking believe. If you are in the United States government, especially the federal government, if you are in the federal government and you cannot condemn this, pack your shit and fucking leave. I don't care where you stand on Israel. If you're rah-rah Israel or rah-rah Palestine, Gaza, or Hamas. Well, if you're pro-Hamas, you're a piece of shit. But I don't care where you fall. You can't condemn the senseless murders of two innocent fucking people? Well, Eric, they weren't innocents. They were a part of Israel. Shut the fuck up, loser. Shut up. You clown. You fucking ass clown. 2 people are dead because of someone's twisted, fucked up ideological thought process. And I know that there are some people out there going, well, where did this stem from? Gee, I don't know. Have you changed the channel to different news channels over the last 2.5 years? College students on college campuses, hello, Columbia, NYU, Yale, and others, Harvard, have allowed anti-Semites and people who hate Israel to protest, to spread their hateful messages on college campuses. It's been allowed. Jewish students just wanted to go to class, were barred from going to class. And what did these college campuses, these administrators, and what did they do? Fuck all. They did nothing. Well, what have I heard through the years? Silence is violence, right? Well, as far as I'm concerned, these colleges have allowed this hateful rhetoric, this bullshit, twisted ideology to spread. And hell, there are some of these colleges that hire professors that they know are adding fuel to this fire. It's ridiculous. It is disgusting. And then I laugh at these young adults, high schoolers, and freshman and sophomore college students. I laugh at you. I laugh at so many of you because you all have made a concrete decision in where you stand between Israel and Palestine based upon lies and bullshit. I'm 47 years old. I'm an old fuck. And I have my eyeballs in politics almost every day and have for a long time. And I don't know everything that's involved in the conflicts between Israel and everybody else. But yet, a 19-year-old knows everything about it, and they condemn Israel no matter what. Sit down, bitch. You don't know shit. You know a little. You know a little. You don't know the big picture. You don't know. And the people on the other side that are rah-rah Israel, okay? Sit down, moron. You don't know the whole big picture. You don't know. And neither do I. But you definitely know you're on the right side of history, right? That's why I'm not choosing a side. I'm choosing the side of peace. That's it. I'm not trying to pick a winner or a loser or a side. No, because I don't give a fuck. I want people to stop fucking dying. This senseless bullshit. And here in America, when you have politicians in Congress, we have senators that won't stand up against this. They won't condemn it. And then we have, the mayor of D.C. down there. I forget her name. It's not fucking important. Talking about we won't tolerate anti-Semitism in our city. Shut up, bitch. Yes, you have. I have seen the protests that you allowed in New York, in everywhere in major cities across our country, the fucking United States. I have witnessed, and I'm not alone, people marching, chanting from the river to the sea regarding Israel and Jews. And if you don't know what that phrase means, one, stop repeating it, and two, get your fucking learn on. What that means is the eradication of Israel and Jews, period. That's what that means. It sounds awfully Hitler-esque to me, and awfully fascist and terroristic, but what the fuck do I know? I should probably go talk to a 19-year-old college freshman. Maybe they could educate me. As I have said many times before here on my podcast, I don't care who you hate. I am not the thought police. I'm not going to tell you, you shouldn't think like that. I'm just going to look at you and be like, yeah, I don't agree, bro. I don't care who you hate. I don't care who you dislike. I don't care why you feel that way. What it comes down to for me is how do you act on those feelings? If it's going out and gunning down random people simply because they're Jewish, yeah, I don't stand for that. If you want to hate somebody because they're Jewish, fine, dude, whatever. I don't give a damn. I genuinely don't give a shit. If you want to hate someone because they're Muslim, fine, dude, whatever. I don't give a shit. But if you were going to go, I don't know, throw a Molotov cocktail through the window of a mosque, yeah, I kind of give a shit about that. I don't care if you hate the people inside because of whoever they pray to. I don't care about that. Personally, I don't. But if you're going to commit an act of violence, terrorism, or what have you, yeah, no, bro, no. That's where I draw the line. Where do you act? What do you do with those negative feelings? Do you just keep them internal and just, fuck those guys? Okay, fine. Fuck those guys. Whatever. But when you cross that line to assault someone, to stomp on someone, to smear shit on someone, to shoot someone, to stab them, to rape them, to butcher them in the name of whatever the fuck, wood chipper with your ass. You're garbage. I'm not the thought police. If this asshole that was arrested, apparently he's from Chicago, if this asshole wanted to hate Jewish people simply because they're Jewish, fine, dude. I don't care. But he allowed his hatred to cross a line into violence to the point where he thought it was justified and okay in his head to kill someone. What? Yeah, no, you don't cross that line, homie. Because you are in the fucking wrong. And what's more twisted is there will be people out there. There are people right now on social media defending him. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with you? As I have already said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not a religious person. I have never been to Israel. I haven't even been to that side of the world. I don't have a dog in the fight. I just want people to stop fucking dying, especially over bullshit and nonsense. If your ideology allows you to commit heinous evil acts in the name of whatever, you're in the fucking wrong. Just wrong. Period. And if you cannot come out and speak out against this, you're complicit. I'm not saying you have to come out and say that you're pro-Israel or pro-Jewish. No, not at all. But if you can't say, wow, man, that's really fucked up what that guy did. That's really wrong. And he was chanting free Palestine. Yeah, no, that's not the message I want to put out there. Then say something. Stand up against it. But I bet you, many of you with this ideology, you're not going to speak out. You're not. You're too fucking afraid. You're chicken shit. You're all fucking cowards because you are part of a cult. And you don't want to speak out against the cult because you know they will turn on you. You know they will. So, you keep your mouth shut, or you just keep chanting nonsense like river to the sea. From the river to the sea. You are insane. Absolutely insane. As I've stated, you can hate whoever you want for whatever arbitrary bullshit. I don't care. It's what do you do with it? And if you take that and you let that motivate you to commit murder, yeah, no. You're not in the right. Period. You're just not in the right. Who made you judge, jury, and executioner? I'm waiting. Oh, well, it's simply because... No, it's not simply because of nothing, motherfucker. Murder is wrong. Period. When this guy is found guilty of doing this heinous act, in my opinion, his sentence should be obvious, and it should be done publicly. And if you can't catch my drift, yeah, read between the lines. It should be done publicly. Possibly pay-per-view. I'm down with that. I'd spend $50 to watch. I mean, I don't know these two individuals. Obviously, there were a couple in love. The man purchased a ring this past week. When they got back to Jerusalem, he intended to propose to her. Their lives are snuffed out. They're gone. Their families now have to they have to deal with this now. That's obviously a tragedy. I mean, any death, most deaths are tragic. But when it's at the hands of a lunatic who is a lunatic fueled by twisted ideology, that just emboldens the people on the other side. You can't see that? And the fact that our own political leaders here in the United States, not all of them, there are many that have come out and spoken out against anti-Semitism, against being against Muslims, and violence against people that are Muslims simply because they are Muslim is also wrong. I don't have a problem with that. And we should have all of them. Everybody should be coming out against this. Everybody should be condemning this. But sadly they don't. And they're not. Which is kind of fucked up in my opinion. But I'm just an asshole. What do I know? Now, as I said earlier, I will not be naming the accused killer because he doesn't deserve my fucking time or my breath. However, the two victims, and I'm sorry ahead of time if I butcher your names, I apologize. It's not done intentionally. But the victims were embassy staff, Israeli let's see here, I'm going to read this real quick. During a press conference on Thursday morning, Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar identified the two embassy staff members who were killed as Yaron Lachinsky and Sarah Lynn Milgram. I'm sorry that they lost their lives, and they are not alone. Just like I'm sorry that there is people in the Middle East that, with the ongoing violence, they're losing their lives too, and getting maimed, and destroying buildings, and all of it. It's hell. All over an ideology. That's why there was the attack on October 7th. Well, Eric, there's a lot more to it than that. Yes, I am fully aware. But like most of you, I don't know everything that's involved, and I don't know who to fucking believe anymore. Who do you listen to? Who do you read? What news outlets do you watch? Because so much of it is biased and slanted, and now with AI coming out with some really, really detailed videos that are being created, I don't know what to believe. I just know that whole Middle East region has been fucked up forever, and there's nothing that's going to change it. Look, you could eliminate, let's say someone, let's go back in history, and let's say Israel never came to be. Let's just hypothetical. Would war, violence, bloodshed, rape, and butchery still be happening in the Middle East? Yes. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Because it was going on for, I repeat, thousands of years. Nothing anybody tells me or says to me will ever make me justify the slaughtering of the innocent. War is hell, and I don't like it. I prefer peace. I don't know, that's just me. But when someone takes it upon themselves to go and murder innocent people simply because of their ideology and the ideology that they believe and what their target believes, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. And I would say the same damn thing if there was somebody that shot 2 Muslims randomly and chanted, "Yay Israel, yay Israel." I would be condemning them as well, and I would not be naming their name either. I would be giving you the names of the victims in this hypothetical who are Muslim. That's because it's all wrong. Violence is just wrong. And it's not helping your cause. I'm curious. I am very curious who will continue to come out and condemn this violence and who won't. I will be keeping an eye on those who don't. And I will also keep an eye on these college campuses to see if this shit still continues. Because the protests are still going on. Some colleges have clamped down a little bit, and some people have been arrested, yes. So I will give some of these college campuses, these college cancers, that's what I was going to say. I will give some of these colleges some credit for doing that. However, why the fuck did they allow it to happen in the first place and let it get to the point they did? Why? Well, it's free speech. Okay. Bullshit. Yes, people have the First Amendment right and free speech to believe and say what they want. Yes, but when they are chanting for the death of people, that's not free speech anymore. Right? Yeah. You know, I could go up to somebody and say, "I hate you. I wish you would die." That's free speech. However, if I went up to someone and said, "I hate you, I'm going to kill you," that's not free speech. That is a threat, and that is not covered. Okay? Sorry to break it to many of you. So, yeah. This piece of shit, this is a piece... Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of hate in my heart this morning for that motherfucker. And anybody that exposes the bullshit that led to this parasite to do this. It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. It's disgusting. If you believe somebody should die simply because of where they're from, who they pray to, you're garbage. You're not human. You're subhuman. You are a piece of fucking dog shit. And that's an insult to dog shit everywhere. You are entitled to believe what you want to believe. But to smile and be happy that people were murdered in the name of fuck all, you're garbage, man. You're trash. There's no better word. I wish there was. There's so many words I know, but none of them I could spool together to properly identify people like that. All of us, this senseless fucking act of violence. And thank you to the security guard or guards inside that museum that's prevented this piece of shit from continuing on. Because obviously he had no plans of stopping with the 2. fucking pathetic. I mean, cities, mayors across the United States allowed people to wave ISIS flags. But they're not terrorists. They're not terrorists. No, they're expressing their First Amendment right. If they're waving flags of a terrorist organization like ISIS or Hamas, they should be detained and tried as terrorist sympathizers. If they want to chant or believe that things should change, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But if you think a terrorist group is a good thing, you're trash. You're trash. Please don't have kids. Please don't have kids. Let your genetic line die with you. Please. I don't really know what else to say about this today. I woke up in a shitty mood, and then I read this, and I just got more pissed off. So, I mean, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. My heart goes out to the friends and the family of these two victims of this senseless fucking act. I'm so sorry this happened to all of you. And to people everywhere that have been encountering violence because of some ideological bullshit. And you've had loved ones that died as a result. I'm sorry that's happened to you. It's bullshit. It's all nonsense. It's all garbage. We only got one trip around this blue marble, people. Don't let your hatred take you to a level where you are willing to snuff somebody's life out. You can hate people, like I said. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not the thought police. I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not think. But don't let it get to that point. You should never let it get to that point. I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm done. I'm going to go get another cup of coffee. That's it. Keep being you.